What's up guys, MegaMikey here, and I'm bringing you guys a new video that is similar to the video that I made a few days ago actually. So before I get into the topic of the video, I want you guys to let me know if you see the difference in resolution, because long story short, I don't watch TV anymore. I watch YouTube videos to get my entertainment. I don't watch Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, yeah, stuff like that. So I don't watch that. I don't really watch TV anymore. So the TV that I had in my room is now used as an air quote second monitor. So I am using that, and I decided to use this as my main monitor for now. I did use an actual computer monitor before, but I decided to use this one because it does have potential of getting higher resolution. The highest resolution it can go to is 1920 by 1080, but I can't use that for this like little error that happens whenever I use it. But I'm not going to show you guys that right now since that's not the main topic of the video. But the resolution I am able to go into is 1776 by 1000, so it's definitely better than the 1280 by 720 resolution I've been using. I haven't had any complaints with my videos when I've been using the 1280 by 720, and I hope that I won't be getting any this time around, because I am using a new resolution and I do think it looks nice. So let me know what you guys think of the new resolution. You may not be able to tell the difference, but there's a little bit more that you can see there's a little bit more that I can see that I wasn't able to before. So yeah, you know, like things have been expanded, stretched out, I guess, and it just looks really nice in my opinion. So yeah, new resolution on point. Let me know what you guys think. But the main topic of this video that I'm going to be talking about, I made a video a few days ago titled New Arcanum Spells, somewhere around that. I'll link the video in the description if you guys want to go check it out. But the video was basically me talking about the new spells that came to the Arcanum, and the new spells aren't actual new spells. They're just spells that you can only obtain through questing. And what I mean by that, spells like Forest Lord, Skeletal Dragon, Fire Dragon, Stormlord, those are spells that you cannot physically train with training points. However, now in the test realm, which is what I'm in right now in Wizard101, in the test realm, you are able to train them if you are level 100. So if you're level 100 and have access to the Arcanum and completed a specific quest, then you will be able to train spells like Skeletal Dragon. So this video, we'll be talking about that and going a little bit more in depth as to why I think they are in the game. So a video and a few posts have been made regarding this particular update to the game. One of which, the video was by Dakota Earthhorn. He made a few days ago, or actually a day ago, depending on whenever you're watching this. But he made a video talking about the new spells, will they be beneficial to PvP, and just talking about other stuff like masteries and gears and stuff like that. So that is that. Actually, if you want to go check that out, I'll leave that down below in the description. I actually listed a few good things. But and also some pictures that I'll possibly put up on the screen. One of which was by Alexander Lionheart. He mentioned that the new spells might have something to do with mutates. So I actually found that to be a good point as well, and not too many people might know what I'm talking about or have even acknowledged that the new spells might have something to do with mutates. So I decided to mention that a little bit in this video, and let me know what you guys think about that. So first things first, the new spells. As I mentioned before, the new spells that you're able to train in the Arcanum are available to wizards level 100 and up. And like I said, they are not new spells. They are just spells that you can only obtain through questing if you are at that specific school. For example, Storm can only receive Storm Mode if you are level 48, and yeah, just that's not something that you can just train with training points, as I said before. Moving on to the Fire School, Fire has something that you cannot train as well. They offer you Fire Dragon, so that's that, and Ice offers you Frost Giant, which is right here. Myth offers you Orthrus, Death offers you Skeletal Dragon, Life offers you Forest Lord, and Balance offers you Power Nova. So the main thing here is that there are spells that you cannot train with training points. You will have to be that specific school to train them, or to obtain them. You need to do a quest to obtain them of that specific school. So why did they add this to Wizard101? Why did they add this for wizards to train? It's not like something very, very special. It's not something like glow bugs that you can just go and train. It's not really anything rare. It's just something that you can train. But why would anyone want to train it? Why would anyone without a mastery, or why would anyone, without a desire to PvP with it, would want to train this? The reason that I think you may want to train it, and the theories by others that might be the reason for you to train them, is because of this school right here. If you've noticed, when the test drum came out, the only thing that you were able to notice from this school, from the Arcanum, was that these 7 schools had something to offer, and those 7 schools were spells. Like, that is what they had to offer. They had to offer you spells. However, you do not have access to the Shadow School, and more importantly, which is what I'm going to be talking about, you do not have access to the Astral School. So why is this mostly important? Reason why, because you don't know what's behind these doors until they actually have you go to the location that's behind this door. So if you guys are familiar with the sun enchantment known as Mutate, those are spells that you can put onto other spells and have them do a different school damage and have them do better damage or lower damage than the original spell. What I mean by that, I'm gonna actually, how about I just leave a mark here and I go to a specific trainer and show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm actually going to transition there, and then I'll get to what I'm trying to get at. Alright guys, we are arriving at our destination here shortly. I just want to take a closer look at the resolution. I wasn't able to do this in the past. Like, there's a lot more to see than I was able to, but here we are. We have arrived at Corsten Bloodscorn, located in Storm Ribbon Hall. Actually, it took me a little while to find this, but so it's actually over here, just in Storm Ribbon Hall. So she is a mutate master. I believe it's a female. Well, it's a guy. Never mind, it's a guy. So there we are. We have some mutates here. Mutate Sprite, Mutate Swarm, Mutate Banshee, Wyvern, Kraken, Minotaur, and Phoenix. So I'm just going to demonstrate what a mutate is for those of you who don't know what it is. So I'm actually just going to put these in my deck. I'm going to take those out. Let's go to a deck that I don't have much in. This is fine. Let's empty it out. And we are going to apply our mutation and the spell that you can mutate it for, which in this case I purchased the one from Minotaur. So we're just going to jump into a quick battle here and show you guys what it is. I'm not actually going to defeat the boss. I'm just going to flee right afterwards. So here we are. Here is the mutate Minotaur. Mutate Minotaur into Deadly Minotaur. So for those of you who do not know what Deadly Minotaur is, oh boy. Okay. This is my TC making deck, so I probably shouldn't have drew something. I don't know what I was doing there. But for those of you who do not know what Deadly Minotaur is, it is a spell that Death Wizards can benefit off of I don't know what I'm getting at here, but it's a spell that Death Wizards can benefit off of. It's basically a Minotaur that does death damage, and how that works is you get a mutate here, Mutate Minotaur, and you apply it here, and boom, it becomes Deadly Minotaur, and it does death damage, which I would need 10 pips to show you guys, but you guys get the general idea. It does death damage now. So that is that. How that works, obviously, you just need to train the Minotaur spell. If you're a Myth Wizard, you obviously get it for free once you're level 33. But if you do not have it, you can train Minotaur from Cyrus or from Baba Yaga in the Arcanum now. And you can actually train that spell just like I did for the Mutate Minotaur. Or you can just get treasure cards from it. And treasure cards you can get from the Archivist in the District of the Stars, or from the Bazaar, I believe. And you can just apply it there, and you have Deadly Minotaur TCs that do death damage. I actually used some of them in my death PvP, and that's how I got them. So, where I'm getting at here is that no one knows what's behind the Astral Door of the Arcanum. So for all you know, these spells that they added in, such as Stormlord, Frost Giant, Power Nova, and Force Lord, could have something to do with a mutate that might soon come to the game, because they had you acknowledge all of the spells that are able to be trained. But maybe once Test Realm actually comes to Live Realm, like maybe once these updates from Test Realm come to Live Realm, you may be able to access this door, and they will actually show you some mutates that they may have. This is just what I think is just going to happen, and this is just why I think that these spells are in the game. They might actually have some mutates for you to train and apply them to the spells here. So for example, there is a death version of Force Lord already in game. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. I'm not 100% sure what the name is called. I think it's Bone Tree Lord or something, somewhere around there, or maybe I'm just completely off. But for Forest Lord, maybe there may be like a death Force Lord transmute where if you train Force Lord and apply that death transmute onto it, you will probably have that to actually have in your spellbook. Will that be beneficial for PvP? Not necessarily, since there is Scarecrow, Deer Knight, and Call of Cthulhu as AoEs already. Unless they added an effect, which I don't think they will, considering the fact that the current card doesn't have an effect, just plain old death damage for 8 pips. But that might just be a possibility. Same goes for... what else could I think of? I know there's Fiery Giant, but I don't know about that. Bone Dragon. Yeah, that's perfect. There's another thing. I don't know if I have the treasure card with me. If I did, that would be so amazing. It's probably on my Fire Wizard. Yeah, it's most likely on my Fire Wizard. But I'll probably put up on the screen. There is a spell titled Ashen Bones. And what Ashen Bones is, it is a skeletal dragon card. Well, the Ashen Bones was first discovered in Darkmoor, used by the Spirit of Darkmoor boss in the 2nd tier dungeon of Darkmoor. Yeah, I think the name was Spirit of Darkmoor, right? Yeah. And here, right here, Skeletal Dragon. Maybe there will be a fire transmute where if you train Skeletal Dragon, you will add the Skeletal Dragon, like the fire transmute of Skeletal Dragon, and apply it here, and you will get your very own Ashen Bones. Like I said, will that be very beneficial? Possibly, because a lot of people find some interest in that spell. There are some spells that might be a little bit better, worth 8 pips, for example, like E3, or even if you have a Shadow Pip FFA, but depending on your circumstances, that is a great overtime for Fire Wizards if they actually had that. As for other schools like Myth has Orthrus. I don't think, yeah, there's no Orthrus transmute, or there's no like Orthrus version of a spell in game right now. But however, what I also thought of, the opposite school of Myth is Storm, the opposite of Fire is Ice, the opposite of Life is Death. So what if the opposite, like what if they came out with the opposite transmute for Myth, and in this case the opposite would be Storm. So what if they had a transmute for Orthrus for Storm Wizards, where if you apply the transmute, it would turn into a Storm Orthrus, or something like that. You know, where it would do basically the Orthrus. It'd probably do a little bit more damage, considering the fact that Minotaur only did 45 for the first hit and 445 for the next hit, and Deadly Minotaur did 65 and 600. So maybe the Orthrus for Storm, if there is a transmute for that, will do a little bit higher damage. Considering the fact that it is Storm, and it is one of the schools in game that have one of the highest damage in terms of spell cards. But yeah, so what if they had like an Orthrus transmute for Storm Wizards, where like there would be a Storm Orthrus, you know? So like I said, they didn't show you what's behind the Astral School doors. Maybe it's just to keep it a secret and just to keep us on our toes and just question as to why the spells are here. And later on, they will actually show us why they put them in here. So maybe that'll be a little bit of a surprise for us. So you just need to unexpect the unexpected. Like, what if, like, no one expects this to happen, but it might. I can't really think of any other transmutes because some of them already exist. Like, there's an Ice Dragon that does like 700 ice damage and adds 2 ice dispels. There's already a Fiery Giant that does 650 fire damage to all, I believe, and adds a fire dispel, which is a quench. There's that. So that's just my opinion on as to why these new spells are in the game. Alright guys, well that is it. That is my opinion as to what I think will come to the game within a few days. As mentioned by Wizard101 themselves, Test Realm will be coming out soon. The Test Realm updates, or the Test Realm session, and somewhere within like mid-April, so that will probably come to Live Realm very, very soon. And if so, then don't be so quick to train these spells, as you don't know what's behind this Astral Door. Who knows when they'll even open it, and who knows if these spells may even be very beneficial to you as soon as you look at them, while once afterwards you train them, you may not be interested in the mutates, if there are any, and you may want to refund your training points. So just don't be so quick to train them once they do come out to Live Realm. That's just one warning or one tip that I'm going to give out. But other than that, this has been MegaMikey. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, because I have messed myself up a little bit throughout this video, and I do apologize about that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. This has been MegaMikey, and I'll see you guys in the next video.